Alright guys, on the bench today we have the awesome Losi LMT. This truck's highly modified, but there's one area of it that I really haven't been happy with since it was new, and that's the shocks. These stock shocks are so-so, but they have a few problems. One of them is they tend to pull out of the pistons, which means you have to run these limiting straps to prevent that from happening. They also have a problem with the spring perches where they'll fall off the bottom of the shocks. On top of that, I found the shocks to be just so-so as far as tunability. Springs aren't really that strong. I do a lot of jumping with this truck, and I've just never really been happy with these shocks. You can get Proline shocks, and they're a little bit better. As a matter of fact, I'm running the Proline shafts in here right now, but they still aren't great. It appears now that there might be a solution to this problem, and that solution is Traxxas Maxx shocks. These shocks are awesome. I've had these on a couple of my Traxxas Maxxes and never had a single problem with any of them. A quick disclaimer, I did not come up with this idea. I saw this on Facebook, but I was really excited when I saw it, and I'm really excited to try it out. I do a lot of jumping with this truck, and between the really squishy tires and the so-so suspension, it tends to bounce and flip over every time I jump it. I'm hoping that these shocks are gonna fix that problem. Now, I've put the VG Racing springs on these shocks because as opposed to the stock springs, they're really soft at the first part of the stroke, which I like, and then they stiffen up as you collapse them. I think it's gonna be really nice for this truck because a lot of the weight of this truck is sprung weight. There's not that much unsprung weight, so you need a fairly soft shock to begin with. Let me go ahead and get one of the stock shocks off, and we'll compare these two. I'm gonna get these on and we'll see how they work out. All right, so here's the Maxx shock next to the stock shock. As you can see, they are actually pretty similar in size. The Maxx shock is a little bit longer. The shock body is also a little bit longer, so that's going to change the range of the suspension travel a little bit. You can see how much beefier these Maxx shocks are, and if they work out, they're going to be an awesome solution. You should be able to avoid having to put on limiting straps as well, because these shocks are not going to pull out like the stock shocks do. Let me go ahead and get these babies put on the truck, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, got them in, and I think these things look absolutely awesome on this truck. Now, if you're going for just scale looks, these probably aren't going to be the shocks for you because they are a little bit bigger than what scale probably would be, but they feel great. They're pretty stiff. We'll see how they handle with bashing, but I think for the kind of bashing I do, which is jumping and just general messing around the backyard, I think they're going to be a lot better than the stock shocks. I did have to trim a little bit of the shock mount off down here at the bottom, you can see, but that's not a big deal for me. And as you see, I'm not going to be running the limiting straps anymore, which I think is a great bonus. If you make this mod, when you first get the truck, you won't have to buy limiting straps. Let's take this thing out and bash it, see how she does. While I was bashing, my servo was in the process of dying, but hopefully you could tell these shocks are awesome compared to the stock shocks. They've got the same amount of plushness with these VG Racing springs as the stock shocks did, but they handle jumps so much better. No longer is the truck just immediately bouncing and flipping over every time I take a big jump. These shocks are way, way better. I don't need to run the limiting straps anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and take these the rest of the way off, which means I'm getting more range in my suspension as well. I think this is an amazing upgrade, and I bought these shocks for like $40 on Jenny's, so it's also a fairly cheap upgrade as far as upgrades for this truck goes. Anyway guys, thanks for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit that bell to get notified of future videos, comment if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video.